So I'm worried about annoying you, but I want to talk to you. In both of these cases, I'm giving in to myself. How do you solve this? By including another. How do you get over this feeling? I really want to talk to you, but I don't want to annoy you. This is great. So everyone's like, oh my God, how do we overcome this? It's very simple. If you are worried because you want to talk to someone, but you're worried that you are going to annoy them, there's one very simple thing to do. In both of these cases, where is your compass? It's in here. I want to talk to you. I don't want to annoy you. The subject of the sentence is the same. So I'm worried about annoying you, but I want to talk to you. In both of these cases, I'm giving in to myself. So if I choose to talk to you and I really want to talk to you, I'm letting that desire for communication control my actions. It's my desire and my fulfillment. I don't want to annoy you is still my desire and my fulfillment. You may say, but what do you mean, Dr. K? Let's understand this. I don't want to annoy you. So if I don't talk to you, I feel like, thank God I'm not annoying this person. That's why you're conflicted, and that's why you're stuck, right? Because I want this and I want that. I want blue and I want red. Then you're stuck. And why is that? Because that's because you're listening to yourself. You're relying on what you want. How do you solve this? By including another human being. Oh my God. So what's missing in this relationship? What does the other person want? We have no idea. In this scenario, we have no clue. This is a fight we're fighting in here. And this is why it is unsolvable. Because in a relationship, you need another human being. So, here is how you do this practically. I would reach out. Okay, I really want to talk to you. Hey, I'd like to catch up sometime. I really enjoyed hanging out last time, or I haven't talked to you in a while. I really miss that. Let people know where you're coming from. And then you can do something really cool. There's actually an OP secret technique to understand whether you are annoying someone or not, which is asking them and being tuned to their response. So sometimes if you ask someone, am I annoying you? That's a tricky question. There's a right way to ask this because then someone feels guilty. Very few people, even if you are annoying them, will say yes because they're afraid about your feelings. So instead, what you can do is ask an open-ended question, which is, how often do you enjoy hanging out? Just ask them, how often do you enjoy talking? What's the right cadence for you? When you hang out with someone, how often do you usually at what intervals? What intervals sounds fucking weird. But what I would say is how often do you enjoy hanging out? Right? So if I'm playing games with someone new, I'll ask them, how often do you play? And then I'll ask them straight up, do you like to solo queue most of the time or play with people? Do you like to play with people at your rank, or are you okay playing with people below rank? Right? So Tooties is right. They're saying someone will be polite. So there's a cool way to bypass politeness, which is to ask an open-ended question. Right? So there's no polite if there's no direction. If I ask someone what's their favorite food, there's no room for politeness. I mean, I suppose there is in some outlier scenario where someone's like, oh, I have to like the same thing you like, otherwise you're going to get upset. But if that's the situation you're in, you've got bigger problems. So the way to get around polite answers, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Hey, can we hang out? Yes or no question encourages politeness. And you know this, right? Because this is why you're polite all the time. People trap you do you guys get how trapping being polite is? People trap you all the time because you're polite. And how do they do it? Hey, can I borrow $5? Yes or no question. You want to be polite? You're trapped. Hey, can you help me move? Hey, can you pick me up from the airport? And this is really frustrating for my relationship. Because my wife will ask me yes or no questions in which she is expecting a polite response. Hey, do you want to eat Thai food tonight? And then I say, no. because she's asking me what I want. And me, stupid me, thinks that when my wife asks me what I want, I should tell her what I want. It's taken me about 20 years of a relationship to realize that's not what's going on. Right? So now I'll even ask her, when you're asking me if I want Thai food, if I'm being an asshole about it, so I had to learn this in a couple of steps. So I was like, are you asking if I want Thai food, or are you telling me you want Thai food? And that's a little bit more contentious. And now I've learned the best way to do it, which is when I have the wherewithal. I'll say, I could eat whatever. What do you feel like eating? You guys see? Different ways. So, if you're worried about people being polite, ask open-ended questions. Right? So ask people. Because you're not going to figure this out by yourself. This is what's so crippling, is you're like, I really want to talk to you. I really don't want to annoy you. And then sometimes what we do, we make the stupid mistake of like letting all of our internal crap onto the other person. Oh my God, I really want to talk to you, but I don't want to annoy you. Am I annoying you? Is this too much? Am I too much? I'm sorry, I've been traumatized. It's so hard for me sometimes. Here's all my emotional crap. Let me trauma dump. Ready? Ready? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I can't wait. Let me trauma dump. That's what we do now. Right? So instead what you want to do is let the other person enter the relationship. Gauge them in some way. Hey, how often would you like to hang out? So I'll give you all one last example of, I don't want to bother this person. So once again, from my life. So I have a friend who is a friend of mine, and we share many interests. And then I will invite them to things. I'll be like, hey, you want to come watch this tournament because we both like video games? And they're like, nah. And then they turn me down 2 or 3 times, and then I ask them straight up, is it annoying when I ask you, or do you want me to keep inviting you? Or would you rather I stop? So you give them a choice. Right? This is a little bit yes or no, because I needed that clarity at some point. So I tried the open-ended stuff, that didn't work. And then they said, no, it doesn't annoy me, like you can ask. And then I asked one more question. Do you want me to continue inviting you in the future? So you just lay it out for them, right? It's not like, oh my God, he's offended, and do I need to say yes at some point? I don't want him to does this make sense? Like, I don't want him to come out of politeness if he doesn't enjoy it, because it's no skin off of my back whether he comes or not. So I just ask him like, hey, how often do you want me to ask you? Right? So then we get to the open-ended question. And then we settled on once a year. So once a year, the invitation is open again, and I will extend it. Hey, do you want to join our D&D group? We're thinking about starting a new campaign. You want in? He's like, nah. I'm like, cool. I'll be like, I'll ask you again next year. He's like, cool. And we're good. I think. Maybe he doesn't like it. Maybe he thinks I'm annoying. Who knows? But that's also where I'll teach y'all one last trick. So, I don't want to annoy you, right? So here's one crazy trick. If you don't want to annoy people, or you're worried about not wanting to annoy people, which is really what it is, there's one final trick, one OP technique that I will teach you, which was learned from all of my narcissistic patients. If you annoy someone, whose responsibility is it to know that you are annoying someone? See, if you carry all the responsibility, here I am wanting to know, am I annoying you? Am I not annoying you? But there's a basic problem, which is I'm not telepathic. So I don't know if I'm annoying you or not. So the last thing to understand is if you are worried you're annoying someone and you make some decent effort to just ask them, the other problem is it's their fucking problem. If you are annoying them, it is their responsibility to tell you. Right? It is a shared responsibility. So I'm not saying that you should be completely oblivious to it, because that's narcissism. But I'm also not saying for those of us who are socially anxious, we carry all the responsibility. We go through life trying to be telepathic, because we carry all of the responsibility. How do I get this person to like me? Am I too much of a friend? Am I not enough of a friend? Should I let them borrow money? Should I not let them borrow money? Here we are trying to be like a fucking deep blue supercomputer AI, calculating all of these chess moves in the absence of their input. And no wonder we get socially exhausted. No wonder the social anxiety is so bad and we never get to an answer. That's the problem with social anxiety, is you never end up with an answer that is reassuring. You just spin your wheels and get further in the mud. Let them take some responsibility. So you do 50%, not 51, maybe 60, fine, but not 61. They share some of the responsibility. They can let you know. And if they don't, but what if they don't let me know? Then you can't fucking be responsible for everyone else's social growth. If you go through life assuming that other people have no responsibility for their social improvement, right? Here you are working on not being annoying, and what they need to work on is being less polite and authentically communicating with you. You can't solve everything in your life for the deficiencies of the people around you. But fucking A, y'all try. And I love you for it, but holy shit, stop being so stupid. Here you are trying to correct all of the deficiencies of the people around you, and then you end up lifting so much. Fucking 5-heading, 6-heading, 7-heading these social calculations because you're not willing to let somebody else take responsibility. And then you're exhausted and the outcomes suck because it takes two to lift a relationship. And if you're lifting a relationship solo, the time is ticking. You're going to burn out. You can't do it forever. Do it for a little while, sure. So let other people grow some too. You do 50% of the work in the relationship, or at most 60%. Y'all get that? So here you are trying to solve an unsolvable problem, and the worst thing is that hinders your success. Because now you're doing all these mental calculations on their benefit instead of just focusing on what you need to focus on. I'm so worried about, is my wife hungry or not? She didn't eat very much. And that's an okay problem to have. But then I start worrying about things like world hunger. That's impossible to solve. So let other people have some of the responsibility in the relationship.